Hello. Okay, so this is really random, but I had surgery a few weeks ago, which meant that I was kind of stuck at home for about 2 weeks of recovering, which is really hard for me. If you know anything about me, I have ADHD and I am very hyper. I'm a very active person. I like to be outside. I get cabin fever very easily. This is the only reason that I'm an outdoorsy person, is that I cannot be trapped in a cement box. So this was really a struggle for me to stay at home and rest. For the first 2 days, I was just in bed because I was under anesthesia, so it took like 2 days for it to wear off. Despite me saying that I'm very hyperactive, these were some of the best naps I'd ever taken in my life. And I'm not really a napper, so this was really saying something that I was like willing to stay in bed and sleep this off. But I'm just saying it was amazing, and it was probably the drugs, but I don't do this often, and it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to nap for 2 days straight, and it was amazing. But after that, I was stuck for 2 weeks in and out of bed or just trapped in my room, and I can go on the occasional walk. They really encourage walking. They told me every day to walk a little bit more than I did the previous day, which I took to heart. Like, I walked so much, but outside of that, I was kind of really stuck at home. I couldn't do much, couldn't lift anything, couldn't really do a lot of activities, and this was honestly quite torturous for someone like me who is constantly on the move and constantly has a million activities that I need to do. But the 4th or 5th day, I really got into this groove of like doing nothing, and I finally accepted the fact that this is the time to rest and to do nothing. And then that led me down this spiral into just feeling blah. I wouldn't call it depression because I've been depressed before, and I don't want to make light of how depression feels, but this was very borderline depression. It was kind of like ennui, this general feeling of boredom plus depression and lack of motivation to do anything about it. And it was kind of the worst feeling in the world. I would say it was worse than going through surgery because the mental and physical block and the inability to do anything to get myself out of it was all in my head, and I could not escape it, and it was really hard. Eventually, I was able to get myself out of this funk. I was always an action-oriented person. I am constantly on the move and doing the next project and working on the next idea and coming up with the next book thing and forcing myself to stop really went against a lot of my identities. And so I had to kind of snap myself out of that, but in a way that still allowed me to recover. And one thing that I realized was that there is something magical about simply getting up and getting ready. Even though I had nothing to actually do for the day, I knew that if I just allowed myself to stay in my pajamas and not brush my teeth and not get ready for the day somehow, that I would just then lay in bed and feel worse and worse about myself. Because when you get up and get ready for the day, you are ready for the day. And I know that that's literally what it means to be ready. If you're getting ready, you're going to be ready. But just think about that for a second. If you get yourself ready, you will be ready for anything that comes to you during that day. You will be ready to receive what the universe is going to give you. How can you ask for success if you are not ready to receive that success? Without going too far down the woo-woo path of manifestation, I just want to say that the days that I did get ready were a lot more emotionally balanced for me and a lot more mentally balanced, because even just the act of getting ready meant that I would then spend the day at my desk or doing stuff that was more beneficial to me. I don't want to romanticize work culture. I know I have a toxic productivity issue, so I don't want to romanticize this idea that we should all be getting up and working for the man and grinding ourselves to death. But at the same time, there are projects that you can work on for you that will benefit you for your life purpose. Like for me, I've been working on this book, and so I would get up every day and try to work on this book, and it's my passion project. Like, nobody has paid me for this book yet. It's not under contract. It's just something I want to do, and it's something I want to work on. Despite how tortured it is, I'm determined to work on this book. And so every day I would get up, I would brush my teeth and wash my face and put on makeup as if I was going to work. And that way, my brain, it unlocked this thing that was like, all right, we are ready to tackle the day. Instead of wallowing in bed, what my life purpose was, I was getting up and giving my life purpose and giving myself meaning and giving purpose to the day. I tried not to think so far ahead that it was like, oh my God, what am I going to do tomorrow? It was just like, no, today we are going to get up and we are going to focus on this. I once heard on a podcast that your brain doesn't really know who you are. Like, you are incapable of forming a true opinion of yourself. And so you kind of use clues from the external world to tell yourself or to learn about what kind of person you are. So when you get ready, you're telling yourself that you are a person who is going to be ready for the day. In that sense, dressing well and dressing yourself up and becoming presentable makes you feel like you are that type of person who dresses well and is presentable. And usually those type of people are the people who are the most successful, who get up and are ready to tackle whatever is ahead of them. Dressing like the person you want to become makes you become the person you want to become. Isn't that funny? There was a video I saw on Instagram too that was like, isn't it weird how in order to fall asleep, you first have to pretend that you are already asleep? And that like sounds ridiculous, but yeah, it's true. Like, in order to fall asleep, like, you do have to kind of pretend that you're sleeping, and then eventually your brain falls asleep. It feels a little woo-woo, but in order to become the person that you really want to be, you first have to act like the person that you want to be. It doesn't work in reverse, because the first step in achieving anything is to believe that you are able to achieve that. Because if you don't believe it, you're never going to go for it, and then therefore it will never happen for you. So believe that it will happen for you, and that will unlock the bridge of incidents that will come into existence in order for you to become the person that you have always been destined to become. It's kind of like making the bed. Okay, so confession time. I don't actually make my bed. I feel like this is the equivalent to making your bed. It kind of sets your day off on the right path so that you are ready to tackle on the challenges of the day. At the end of the day, it's really just something simple and very easy that you can do to make yourself feel better. Even if none of the other things I said resonate with you, you don't want to romanticize the work life or the grind, you don't really have projects you want to work on, just doing this thing will make you feel better. Like, it'll make you feel happier. And it's so simple. If you need a little boost in happiness, just go and get ready in the morning. Just do it and stop thinking, and then the rest of the day will fall in line. Like all of my videos, this was very personally directed at me because I was stuck at home and I really needed some way to boost myself out of this sadness and ennui that I was feeling. But if you are also stuck in a situation like this, where you need to snap yourself out of whatever funk you're going through, it's just a simple thing to do. This magical secret art of just getting ready and being ready for whatever the day brings. It's just such a simple but magical act that will really help you to launch yourself into giving more purpose to your life or pursuing whatever project that you've been putting off. This is your moment, and this is your wake-up call to go do that. Hi, my name is Van. I'm an author and librarian. I've written many books in the past, and my videos are all about self-improvement and development and writing and revisions and that kind of stuff. So if you're into that, please give me a like and subscribe, or go to my website, authorvanhoang.com. Sign up for my newsletter. I publish monthly news on publishing, writing, and my personal life. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye!